Well, therapists all use a number of tools to reach adults and children who are in need of help for support when they're handling social, emotional, or cognitive functions. Animals have been known to have a special quality about them where they can reach people who find it difficult to communicate. And with that in mind, my next guest uses a program called Animal-Assisted Therapy. With me now is speech and language pathologist Lois Brady. She's the founder and president of Proactive Speech Therapy, and she brought with her Buttercup, a 3-year-old potbelly pig who is a certified animal therapist, and he likes little toes, right? Look at my toes.
He does.
Okay,
like
so
toes.
all attention has to be on Buttercup, and Buttercup is big and heavy, 3 years old, 80 pounds.
He is 3 years old and about 80 pounds.
And what is his job?
His job is to come with me to work with the students who have developmental disabilities. In specific, I use him with my students with autism.
Right, you're a specialist in autism.
My specialty is in autism, and I chose a pig because there's no preconceived notions from the students. They don't cover their ears and run away when they see him, as they might a dog. A dog, because it's barked or jumped on them in the past, they see him and they run. Well, Buttercup there's no preconceived notions, so they just walk right in and they touch him and pet him. And his name, Buttercup, happens to be a technique we use to determine a child's ability to articulate. So just saying his name, I may get a little idea of how they can speak, how they can talk, and it's also a really good practice for articulation.
And Buttercup is so mellow, if you will. I mean,
that's the
he's just kind of relaxed. Okay, so he's not threatening.
Non-threatening, and because the environment itself can get really chaotic working with special needs children, he needs to remain mellow. And
I've heard people say that animals really kind of bring down your blood pressure, and it relaxes people, in seniors and in children. So he really qualifies. He
qualifies big time. They all end up just kind of mellowing out. They look forward to his visits.
He doesn't mind kids pushing him and touching him and playing with him?
No, as a matter of fact, we got him when he was about 4 weeks old, and they call it imprinting. So we immediately started grabbing, touching, pulling, sticking our fingers in his mouth, pulling his tail a little bit, kind of pushing him. So he gets used to it. So then when the kids get there and do it, he's okay. It doesn't bother him at all.
And I'm sure that kids are attracted to him because in touching him, and I've never been with a potbelly pig before, his fur, his hair is wiry.
It's very wiry, very tactile.
Tactile?
They love it. They love to grab his tail, and behind his ears is just velvety, velvety, velvety soft. His nose is hard and rubbery, but right behind his nose is also a nice velvet spot. So they have all this tactile input, and then their hands don't smell because he doesn't have any oil. So they don't have that because the smells can be very offensive to students with autism. They don't have that on their hands.
Oh, good. I'm glad Buttercup is relaxing there.
Buttercup is relaxing now, good boy.
So he shows up. They feel comfortable with him, and that way you can work with them. You can begin working with them on a one-to-one.
Yes, because sometimes, as with students with autism, there's social gaps there. So they may not come and talk to me, but if I come in with an animal, I have them for a good half an hour, full attention. So whatever goal I'm working on at that time, I can work on it for a good solid half an hour with the pig present.
So that's what animal-assisted therapy is about?
Yes.
And I know that you use horses?
Oh yes, horses are very good, very good.
Isn't a horse scary or intimidating because it's such a large animal?
They can be, and sometimes it takes our students, I'm going to say weeks to work up to the horse and even just touch them. But once they get to know the animal, oh my gosh, it's just like magic that could happen. Okay, we want to let people know how they can contact you and find out more about the program. So you can find out more about animal-assisted therapy by going to proactivespeechtherapy.com, or you can go ahead and email questions to Lois. She'd be more than happy to hear from you. So that would be loisjeanbrady@gmail.com. So Lois and Buttercup, thank you very much for being here. Very interesting about knowing how to use Buttercup for
for autism. And again, if you want to find out information about today's programming and guest information, visit us at KTVU.com/community for the Bay Area People page. And go ahead and join us by being a Bay Area People fan on Facebook. But we have run out of time, so that's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week right here on Bay Area People. So until then, I'm Rosy Chu. Have a terrific weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.